The placebo effect is one of the most fascinating phenomena in medicine and human psychology. It demonstrates how belief, expectation, and the mind-body connection can produce real, measurable improvements in health, even when the treatment itself contains no active ingredients. A placebo is typically a sugar pill, saline injection, or sham procedure that looks like real medicine but has no therapeutic value on its own. Patients often report reduced pain, better mood, fewer symptoms, and sometimes objective physiological changes after receiving it. This effect has been observed across cultures, from bustling cities in Singapore to rural communities in Africa and clinics in Europe and the Americas, showing that the power of the mind transcends borders and backgrounds. History of the placebo effect dates back centuries. Long before modern science, healers used inert substances like bread pills or colored water to comfort patients when effective treatments were limited. In 1799, British physician John Haygarth conducted one of the earliest documented tests. He treated patients with rheumatism using fake metallic tractors that were actually made of wood but appeared identical to the real ones. Many patients improved, revealing that expectation played a key role. The term gained prominence in 1955 when American anesthesiologist Henry Beecher published a landmark paper titled The Powerful Placebo. By reviewing multiple clinical trials, he estimated that roughly 35% of patients showed improvement with placebos alone. His work helped establish the randomized controlled trial as the gold standard in medical research, where new drugs must outperform placebos to prove their effectiveness. Today, scientists understand that the placebo effect is not all in your head in a dismissive sense. It involves genuine biological mechanisms in the brain and body. When a person expects relief, the brain releases natural chemicals such as endorphins, which act as the body's own painkillers, similar to morphine. Dopamine, the reward chemical, also surges, contributing to feelings of well-being. Brain imaging studies using functional MRI show that placebos activate the same neural pathways as actual medications, including areas like the anterior cingulate, cortex, insula, and periaqueductal gray region, which are involved in pain processing and reward. Recent research has even identified specific brain circuits linking regions such as the rostral anterior cingulate cortex, pontine nucleus, and cerebellum that help reduce pain perception through enhanced neuroplasticity, expectation, and classical conditioning are the two primary drivers behind the placebo effect. Expectation arises when a trusted doctor or healer confidently states that a treatment will help. This anticipation alone can trigger healing responses. Conditioning occurs through repeated associations. If someone has experienced relief from real medicine in the past, the mere ritual of taking a pill, receiving an injection, or visiting a clinic can produce similar benefits. Remarkably, even open-label placebos work in many cases. Patients are told honestly that they are receiving inactive sugar pills, yet they still report improvements. Studies led by researchers like Ted Kapchuk at Harvard have shown that honest placebos can help with conditions such as irritable bowel syndrome, chronic pain, and depression, proving that deception is not always necessary. The placebo effect influences a wide range of conditions. It is particularly effective for subjective symptoms like pain, anxiety, depression, migraines, nausea, and fatigue. In some trials, placebo treatments for migraines have been about 50% as effective as real drugs when patients believe they might help. It has also shown benefits in Parkinson's disease, where placebos can reduce tremors by boosting dopamine levels in the brain. Objective changes have been documented too, including lowered heart rate, reduced inflammation markers, and improved immune responses in certain contexts. Cultural factors play an important role. Response rates vary worldwide. For example, placebo responses for ulcers have been higher in some European countries compared to others in Latin America, likely due to differences in trust toward medical systems, cultural beliefs about healing, and the strength of the doctor-patient relationship, real world. Examples highlight its global relevance. An office worker in Singapore experiencing chronic back pain might join a clinical trial and receive a placebo injection, only to report a significant 40% reduction in discomfort as their brain's natural opioid system activates. In rural Kenya, a farmer struggling with anxiety could benefit from sham acupuncture performed by a respected local healer, where the calm presence, cultural rituals, and positive expectations lead to noticeable symptom relief. These stories illustrate how the placebo effect amplifies genuine treatments as well. A warm, trusting relationship with a healthcare provider can boost the effectiveness of real medications by 20 to 30% in many cases. This is why bedside manner and clear communication matter deeply in every country, whether in high-tech hospitals in Asia or community clinics in Africa. However, the power of belief works in both directions. The nocebo effect is the negative counterpart, where harmful expectations create or worsen symptoms. If patients are warned that a treatment might cause side effects like nausea or fatigue, many experience those symptoms even when given an inert substance. This explains why some people report issues from perceived environmental threats, or why overly alarming drug labels can sometimes increase reported side effects. Cultural fears, distrust in medical systems, or past negative experiences can amplify nocebo responses globally. The lesson is clear. The words doctors and healers use, along with the overall context of care, can either heal or unintentionally cause harm. Ethically, the placebo effect raises important questions. Is it acceptable for doctors to use placebos? Traditional deception conflicts with principles of honesty and informed consent. Fortunately, open-label placebos offer a transparent and ethical alternative. They are being studied extensively in places like Germany, the United States, and other countries for chronic conditions where drugs may fall short or produce unwanted side effects. In the future, medicine could harness this phenomenon more deliberately by training healthcare providers in expectation management, designing supportive rituals, and integrating mind-body approaches alongside conventional treatments. In resource-limited regions around the world, leveraging the placebo effect could provide meaningful relief without relying solely on expensive pharmaceuticals. It is important to acknowledge the limitations. Placebos cannot shrink tumors, cure bacterial infections, or repair broken bones. They work best for conditions influenced by brain processes, such as pain perception and mood disorders. Individual differences also matter. Optimistic people often respond more strongly, while genetics, personality, and previous experiences influence outcomes. Despite these boundaries, the placebo effect remains a powerful reminder that healing is not purely mechanical. It involves the whole person: mind, body, emotions, and social connections. In our modern, technology-driven world, the placebo effect serves as a humbling and hopeful message. It validates what traditional healers have understood for millennia. Belief, trust, and positive expectations can influence biology in profound ways. Science is now catching up, using advanced tools to map exactly how the mind shapes physical health. Whether you live in a megacity or a small village, the next time you seek medical care, pay attention to the ritual, the reassurance, and the hope you feel. Your own expectations might turn out to be one of the most potent medicines available. Ultimately, the placebo effect celebrates the remarkable capacity of human beings to heal from within. It encourages us to nurture positive beliefs, build trusting relationships with caregivers, and recognize that the mind is not separate from the body, but an active partner in well-being. By understanding and respectfully harnessing this natural force, we can create better health outcomes for people everywhere, regardless of where they live or what resources they have. The power lies not in the pill alone, but in the belief it inspires.